May begins like a deep inhale for you, Virgo, and not the shallow kind you take when life is chaotic. We're talking about a real grounding breath, the kind that tells your nervous system, we're safe now. You've been navigating a subtle but persistent emotional undercurrent, and in May 2025, that wave starts to pull you into clarity. Think of this as a long overdue emotional inventory. With the Sun and Jupiter meeting in Taurus, an Earth sign like yours, you're finally in a position to reflect without falling into paralysis. You're able to pause and look at what's been working, what's been draining you, and, most importantly, what's been missing. This isn't about reinventing your life overnight. It's about seeing it for what it is, in all its brilliance and imbalance, and having the strength to finally do something about it. This month, reflection becomes action. For many Virgos, May brings unexpected clarity around friendships, social circles, or roles you've taken on that no longer feel aligned. You're learning to say no, not just politely, but powerfully. You're reclaiming your time, your voice, your energy. And that sets the stage for everything else to evolve. Let's talk about your relationships. They've been complicated, not messy in a dramatic, high-conflict kind of way, more like a quiet imbalance where you're doing the emotional labor, carrying the unspoken tension, solving problems before others even notice they exist. Sound familiar? Well, that dynamic changes in May. And not because someone swoops in and saves you, but because you finally stop overfunctioning. Venus and Mars are in a bit of a dance this month, part romance, part confrontation, which means relationships that have felt one-sided, confusing, or emotionally unavailable are either cracking open or falling apart. And for you, Virgo, that's liberating. Not easy, not pain-free, but liberating. If you're in a committed partnership, this is the time for real, heart-centered communication, not logistical chats about bills or weekend plans, but raw, human, this is how I really feel conversations. Some of them might shake things up. Others might pull you closer. Either way, they're necessary. If you're single or dating, this is a month of sifting through illusions. People who seemed promising might reveal inconsistencies. And the ones you overlooked? They might surprise you. Stay open, but stay discerning. Above all, remember this. You don't need to earn love by being useful. You deserve connection just for being who you are. May 2025 is not a chill month when it comes to your career or higher calling. It's the kind of month where your inbox might be overflowing, decisions feel urgent, and suddenly, your 5-year plan doesn't feel right anymore. But that's a good thing, because that feeling of this isn't quite it. That's the beginning of the real plan, the one you didn't have words for yet. Jupiter moving through your 9th house is lighting up your ambition, your hunger for impact, and your desire for something bigger than just another paycheck. This doesn't mean quitting your job and joining a commune, but it does mean expanding your definition of success. If you've been feeling trapped by routine, unseen by your boss, or unmotivated by your work, this is the month where you'll either pivot, get promoted, or start mapping an exit strategy. And the clarity that comes with it will feel electric. For entrepreneurs or creatives, this is also a massive green light to launch, publish, or go public with something you've been quietly building. Is it perfect? Probably not. Is it time? Absolutely. The shift is internal too. You stop asking what's practical and start asking what's possible, and that mindset flip changes everything. Your sign rules the 6th house of health and daily routine, which means when things are off in your body or your schedule, your whole life feels it. And May is the month where your body starts talking louder than your to-do list. Virgo, your nervous system is craving regulation. You might notice sudden fatigue, food sensitivities, or emotional crashes after high output days. These aren't signs of weakness. They're signs of imbalance. This is your invitation to rethink your routines, not just to be productive, but to feel good, What if your morning started with music instead of news? What if your meals weren't rushed and eaten while answering emails? What if rest was non-negotiable, not a reward? This month, you might be drawn to body-based healing practices: massage, acupuncture, breath work, somatic therapy. Follow that instinct. Your mind does enough. It's time to let your body lead. On a more practical note, watch your digestion and hydration. You might find your system is extra sensitive to processed foods or over-caffeination. Keep it simple, natural, and grounding. Your body is your compass this month. Listen closely. In May, that craving gets louder. You might find yourself itching for a change of scenery, even if just for a weekend. This isn't escapism, it's expansion. You've outgrown the current rhythm, and travel offers you a reset, a fresh lens, and unexpected answers. Even if you can't go far, try shifting your landscape. Visit a museum, try a new walking route, stay overnight somewhere that feels completely different from your usual environment. And if travel is possible, go, especially if it's tied to learning, creativity, or collaboration. Workshops, retreats, conferences, or even just a solo trip with your journal and headphones can change the trajectory of your month. You've spent years curating a look that works: professional, neutral, classic. But May invites you to rediscover joy in how you show up visually. With Venus retrograde in your house of identity, your relationship with self-image is under review. It's not about throwing out your wardrobe. It's about asking, does this still reflect who I am? This could show up as a shift in style, trying bolder colors, changing your hairstyle, swapping out old accessories. But deeper than that, it's about reclaiming your right to be seen on your terms. Style becomes a mirror: less performance, more permission, less blending in, more standing tall. And the impact? It's not just aesthetic, it's energetic. When you feel aligned with how you look, you speak differently, you move differently, you attract differently. This month, don't just get dressed, get expressive. You've spent years curating a look that works: professional, neutral, classic. But May invites you to rediscover joy in how you show up visually. With Venus retrograde in your house of identity, your relationship with self-image is under review. It's not about throwing out your wardrobe. It's about asking, does this still reflect who I am? This could show up as a shift in style, trying bolder colors, changing your hairstyle, swapping out old accessories. But deeper than that, it's about reclaiming your right to be seen on your terms. Style becomes a mirror: less performance, more permission, less blending in, more standing tall. And the impact? It's not just aesthetic, it's energetic. When you feel aligned with how you look, you speak differently, you move differently, you attract differently. This month, don't just get dressed, get expressive. Virgo, you're not the same person you were even 6 months ago. And that's not dramatic. It's evolutionary. May 2025 isn't the month where you scream, "I've changed," to the world. It's the month where you simply live like it. You'll move differently, speak more truthfully, say no more often, laugh louder, expect more, forgive faster. You'll begin showing up in a way that doesn't apologize for your standards, your sensitivity, or your vision. This is the month your quiet revolution begins. Not through fireworks, but through presence. And once you embody that, nothing and no one can pull you back to smallness. You're here to live fully, to love wisely, and to lead, softly but firmly by example. Virgo, it's time.